Hello, hello. Can you hear me out there? Hello, hello. It's Maya, and this is greenARTS. Thank you for joining me, and you've come back. Thanks for coming back. We are going to work on some projects in this Completionist series that I have going here. For the last 3.5 weeks, we have been crafting and finishing forgotten projects from my past students, and we're coming to the end. I only have a couple of projects left to work on, but they're very cute, so why don't we get started? Can everyone hear me out there okay? Let's see, why don't we go to here? As we do at the beginning, I kind of run you through some of the pieces we've already finished. Quite a few super cute pieces, I think, that we made together with the chat participation. Just cute little projects that my students started and never finished, and then the projects got left behind. So these are a couple of the pieces that I finished of theirs. They're all absolutely adorable. I love kid art. And eventually these will be available on my Etsy store for anyone that also has a little place in their heart for kid-made things. Check out this cool little bag that has like a side pocket here. Maybe you could put, I don't know, coupons for shopping. But even this, I mean, look at the lettering on here. You see how cool that is? LA. I'm sure it's for the LA Dodgers, yeah? Yeah, all these cute little projects that we've been completing. One of my favorites. What else do we have? Oh, and we made this cool little zipper purse. So anyway, I just wanted to bring you along for the ride as we complete a few more projects that I have. I'm going to assume that my sound is okay. I haven't heard anything otherwise, so that's good. I have this little guy here that I thought would be nice to finish. We have some satin stitch that we could fill in. Maybe we'll add the other 2 stripes on the other side of the face. We also have like this, like a little mini whale, maybe. I'm not sure. We could make him. And this was cute too. I think the student was originally going to make a pillow, but some of the fabric has been taken out. So I was thinking, how can we make this cool? And I thought, first we could put a couple of eyes on him. And then I was going to cut just outside the green and then see if I can't just make it like a plushie. Because the stitching is nice, it's a cool design, and if I can fit all of this design within like this piece, we might be able to make something kind of cool and unique. And that's really what it's about. all of these projects are pretty cool and unique, and they are in different stages of completion. So I think these 3 things will be our project today. We're going to see how we can make them awesome. And yeah, so let's get started. I'm really excited about this. I got my little ball of threads left over from past projects, which I always like to utilize. And I don't think I have anything else in this box that I need right now. I think I'm good. Okay. Is Pusheen. Uh-oh, he just dropped out. What happened? Oop. Hold on one moment. I think my stream just dropped out. Okay, we're back. All right, very good. So anyway, for those that don't know, this is Pusheen. Let me zoom in on him a little bit so we can get a little bit more detail on this guy. So this is Pusheen, for those that don't know, a little sassy cat. And the kids are very fond of making Pusheen. So I am going to complete this Pusheen. First, I'm just looking at the edges here that aren't a perfect match. So I'm going to go ahead and make that match up better. See how the edges aren't together? Sometimes when you don't pin your pieces together and you're cutting the fabric, it will move on you. And then that's why you have to have the pin. I'm just going to go along the edge here and just make it a little bit more matching without cutting the threads that were already there. Okay. Better. All right, we're going to put the back aside for a moment while we work on the front piece. And we already have this gray thread here, so I'm going to go ahead and use it. For those that aren't familiar, I have a pinch and blossom method when I go ahead and with my needle. Oh, hold on. There's some dirt under my nail that I did not see before streaming. All right. Okay. Let's go ahead and finish up this fill stitch. So I'm going to come up outside the stitch that's marking where we want to be. And I'm just going to come up and down on either side of that stitch to fill in the space. So this is called the satin stitch, and it's used to fill in a space. And right now we're going to fill in these stripes. Let's see here. Trying to get the stitches as close to each other as possible. Can you see how I'm doing it? I'm going to come up and then go down, right next to each other, filling in that space. You know what? It's a little bit out of line, so let me just take those last couple of stitches out. And this is why we do this with a loose thread, so we can pull out the threads that we don't like. Let's see here. There we go. Well, I've made a mess of this spot, haven't I? Why don't we cut this thread out for right now, and I'm going to start this stitch over. That way we can just have it be the same throughout. All right. I hope everyone's doing good today, getting towards the end of the week. There we go. Pulling out some of those extra threads that were back there. Let's see here. Okay, let's move some of this trash out of the way. Let's try. Gonna go ahead. And I'm gonna grab some gray thread, similar in color. And because I'm doing the satin stitch, which is filling in a space, I'm going to do full strength thread. Hold on a second. Excuse me, I had to cough. All right, so let's do this one more time. So first what I'll do is I'm going to go ahead and do the running stitch to outline our space of our little side stripes of our pusheen. And I noticed that this student didn't go all the way to the edge, and so I'm just going to do the same style and not go all the way to the edge. So as I'm doing this stitch, you can see I'm sharing the same hole of the last stitch, coming back to that same hole, so I can have a nice solid line. And then within that solid line, we're going to do our fill, which is called the satin stitch. And I will probably do 2 more of these little stripes on the other side of the face, and then we can start putting this one together. Maybe this one will be one that we also put rice in. Sometimes it's nice to put the rice in it because it kind of feels a little bit more like a fidget toy and a plushie all at once. All right, you see how I'm kind of creating the boundaries of where we're going to be stitching. Very good. There we go. All right, so now I've created the boundary of our little stripe there. And I'm going to start on this end since we already have some stitching going there. And I'm just going to be on the inside of those back stitch that I did to create my border. And you're just going to go back and forth, making sure my thread doesn't get tangled. Is the volume okay? Good. Yeah, see how that's filling in quite nicely? Just coming in inside the stitch, making them as close as possible. And if there's a gap in between the stitches, all you need to do is just put another stitch in there. I'll show you. So like, let's say we did a stitch that was just a little bit further away than we wanted, like that. So you can see some of the white in between here. So we'll just do one more stitch just in between those 2 stitches. Not an exact science. All right. Coming to the end of this one. of watching that your thread does not get tangled. Sometimes you just have to unspin your thread or else it gets like it wants to get knotty. All right. There you go. There's our satin stitch filled stripe. We're going to come to the back and tie it off. And underneath the stitch, creating a loop and going through the loop. All right. Very good. So now we'll do 2 on the other side. And I'm going to use full strength thread. And it looks like it took about 1 full thread to do one of those stripes. So I'm going to pull 2 up in preparation. All right. So let me just mark this because I want to do it. There we go. Cool. Okay. So let's see, how can I mark the other side? I suppose if I do this, mark going kind of across. Didn't see that mark too well. And then we're just going to have our little ruching stripes. I drew it very lightly, but I gave myself a couple of markers to let me know where to put it. So let's tie our knot and thread our needle. And start on our little stripe. Again, I'm just going to be a little bit off the edge to kind of match the student's style. And then we're going to go ahead and make a couple of stitches here to create our boundary for our stripe. This is a cute one, this little cat. And it'll be even cuter once we finish it. Sometimes I worry that I won't be able to figure out how to complete the projects, but whenever I open the box again and I look at the projects, I get inspired. So it's nice. And so there's our border to our next one. And I'm going to go ahead and just do the border on the other one, and then I'll use my next thread to do all the filling. The fill. Very good. Again, I don't know what's going on with our connection. Hello, hello. Okay, we're back. We're back. We seem to be disconnecting a couple of times this morning, so if my mouth is not matching the audio, just refresh on the live stream and it should be okay. I'm not exactly sure why I keep on dropping out, but it's not something I can control, unfortunately. All right, and there we go. So we have our little frame to make our stripes. And now I'm going to start doing the satin stitch to fill them out. Closing it up at the end, and then just coming in and doing stitches really close to each other. There we go. This little cat project has been sitting in my box for probably 4 years now. So I'm happy to finally finish it. The design is being actualized, as it were. And sometimes your thread is going to get a little bit spinny, and you just kind of unravel the thread by spinning it the opposite direction. All right. Right, so that's the one side. Let me jump to the other side. And I'll fill that in until we run out of thread, which will be soon. So let's see. What could we add to our little pusheen that would be cute? Or should we not add anything at all and just fill it up with stuffing and rice? Now, for those that may purchase these projects with rice in them, just be careful and don't get your project wet because the rice will swell, and I don't think it'll be a good thing. So no matter what, if there is rice in your project, do not get it wet. All right, I think I'm gonna tie this off because my thread's getting short. I'm gonna find a stitch to go under to create a loop. Once I've created the loop, I go through the loop. And I like to do that twice. You really need 2 lengths of a needle in your thread. Like, here's an example. There's 1 needle, there's 2 needles. You need your thread, when you're tying it off, to be the length of 2 needles because you have to turn your needle around and go back through the loop. So if your thread's not long enough, then that becomes very challenging. Oh, great. Thank you. It's nice to hear that you can hear me oh well. Okay. So, all right. Last stripe. Oh, the camera moved out a little bit, I see. I wonder if the camera is acting up again. It might be. I'll have to keep an eye on that. As long as you can see what I'm doing, that's what's important. Very good. Interesting. I'm getting messages. Well, this stream might be a little bit choppy because I am not getting a solid connection from YouTube. I'm not exactly sure how to fix that. So we'll see how it goes. I'll try not to let it bother me too much. All right, so getting through this side. Go. All right, and there you go. Second side done. Let's go ahead and tie up our thing here, make the knots. And tie it off. And there we go. Our little guy. Now we could go ahead and sew the two pieces together, just like this. And it'll be done. I'll do that. And then we'll just move on to the next piece. Let me see how the health of my connection is. It says excellent. Now. Let's see here. I'm not exactly sure why it's not doing so well, but nothing I can control. Okay, let's put this little guy together. What should we do? What color thread? I'm thinking pink. So you can see it. Yeah. We'll do a little pink thread. It'll be nice. And we're making good time. So we should be able to get everything done today. Our 3 little projects. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and probably start my project. So right down here. And of course, my thread will go only through the top sheet for the first stitch so I can hide my knot on the inside. Let's move in a little bit. And let it catch up. There we go. Good. All right, so let's just go ahead and start. We're going to do the whip stitch. Simple, easy whip stitch. And I wanted to pick the pink so you could see the stitches as we do them. So is anyone else out there crafting along with my streams? I wonder. If you are, I have a Facebook page called greenARTS Galore, which you could post your pictures of your crafted projects right there to share with me, and I'd love to see them. All right. You can see my thread. I just want to pull my thread a little bit so that my tail is loose again. And we're going to go ahead and just keep on sewing. So I think what I will do, because I was kind of looking at this and it looked a little bit plain to me, but what I did see was that we had a little pink stripe and a little blue stripe. So I think what I'll do is I'm going to do pink up to here, and then I'm going to do blue on the other side. Just a way to kind of honor the colors that the student had picked for the project. And That way it also kind of looks unique. That's really what it's all about, right? Our handmade projects are unique. Every time we make a project, it's going to be a little bit different from the last one, even if we're making the same thing. I think this is going to be the third pusheen I've made in this series. So, I hope I can get up to the different spot. Oh, did we drop out again? Hello again. We keep on dropping out. Don't know why. Strange. Okay. Here we go. Let's get one more pink to finish that up. And then we'll get one more pink to finish that up, and then we'll move on to the blue. That's going to be nice. Okay. There we go. Sliding my needle in between to go on the inside so I can hide my knot. Oops, I'm off swing here. Get in there. When you get to the tip of the ear, it's a little bit tricky. You just want to turn your project around and then just start down the other side. Sorry if I keep on looking in that direction. I'm just trying to see the picture that we are okay and that you can see me. Okay, here we're coming to our spot. And I'm going to tie off right here. Ooh. Let's push in some of this thread before I close it off. Actually, yeah, I'm gonna tie off right here. Twice. One spot, going through the loop before it closes. And I didn't have to stop here, but I wanted, so I'm going to and push my needle down into the project so I don't have a little thread hanging off the edge of my project. We hide all of our little knots and our extra threads inside. Okay, let's see how many threads we have here. We have 3, and that's what we were using on the other piece. So we will do 3 here also. Let's get a fresh cut. I'm going to squeeze the thread in between my fingers. I'm going to lay my needle across, and then I'm going to floss with my fingers and push the thread into, oops, I got 2, not the 3. Try one more time. Pinch it, place my eye of my needle there, and then let's get all of our pieces in there. There we go. Okay. Let's continue on the other side of this little pink stripe. Again, hiding all the knots and the extra material that we can on the inside. There we go. Needs a little coaxing, but I did it. And now we're going to come in with our blue thread, and we're going to finish up the top. turning my piece. Oh, and see how the threads are a little bit crazy there? Just going to take a moment to flatten out those threads. A lot of time the students will come to me and their threads will just be a mess. And I have to tell them, well, you know, you are the person, you have the brain in the project. So you just have to stop for a moment, put some rice in these, or should it just be fluff? I'll wait to see what you guys say. Let's see. Oh, no, this thread is very messy. Okay. This is putting me through the test. See if we can get the thread to work together. So sometimes when the thread has the spin taken out of it, the threads don't want to lay together. So we just kind of have to coax it into doing what we want. Let's see, we're doing great on time. All right. And I see there's no preference yet if we put rice in here or not. I think we should put rice. I think I've already sold myself on the idea. So why don't we do that? I'm going to come up to the end here, and we'll probably end up tying off close to the bottom. We'll put a little bit of fluff up in the ears and in the head. And the rice will probably preside mostly in the center of the project, and then we'll have the stuffing all around the edges. So actually, why don't I stop my stitches now? I'm going to have to tie this off. Excellent. I'm going to open up the project. And in this case, I'm going to push my thread up into those seams. Into the project or into the seam, however it works best. And look at that. Oh my gosh. It really is adorable. Okay, let's get some stuffing in there. I know my hole is not that big, but we'll manage. Let me just pull out a little bit. Let me grab the box with the stuffing and the rice without pulling out my ear buds. Okay, let's see. So first we're going to put just a wee bit of stuffing into the ears, right? So how I do that is I just put a little bit of stuffing. Push it right in front of the ear, and then I'll take a pencil, chopstick, whatever you need to do, and I just want to make sure that that ear has some fluff in it. Again, probably like half of this. I'm going to push it in all the way over to the ear. Use my pencil to push it in. There we go. And then I'm just going to put a little fluff in the head part. We'll put some rice in the body part, and then we'll put more fluff right at the base. So I'm just kind of creating a little pocket here in the middle where we'll put our rice. Okay, a little fluff on that side, a little fluff on this side. And now I don't know if you can kind of see, there's like a little hole in the middle, kind of pushed a little cavity right in that spot. And then I get my rice. You get a little funnel, one of those little funnels. I'm going to put the funnel into the project. Oops, there we go. I usually actually do this on top of my rice. And then I'm just going to scoop some rice in the middle. Let's say 2 spoonfuls. And then I can do this so you can see. I kind of wiggle it so it goes down, wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Feeling it go into the cat. A little bit more. Okay. You can collapse that, stick it in the bag. And I'm just going to push the rice down towards the center of the project. So now I kind of have those 2 scoops of rice right in the middle. And now I'm just going to go ahead and put stuff. All right. Let's see. More blue thread. We're having a little trouble with the connection today. So sorry. If I drop out, or if the